share candid thoughts about an issue which for decades has animated the foreign policy dialogue here and around the world, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Throughout his administration, President Obama has been deeply committed to Israel and its security, and that commitment has guided his pursuit of peace in the Middle East. This is an issue which all of you know I have worked on intensively during my time as Secretary of State for one simple reason: because the two-state solution is the only way to achieve a just and lasting peace between Israelis and Palestinians. It is the only way to ensure Israel's future as a Jewish and democratic state, living in peace and security with its neighbors. It is the only way to ensure a future of freedom and dignity for the Palestinian people, and it is an important way of advancing United States interests in the region. Now, I'd like to explain why that future is now in jeopardy and provide some context for why we could not, in good conscience, stand in the way of a resolution at the United Nations that makes clear that both sides must act now to preserve the possibility of peace. I'm also here to share my conviction that there is still a way forward if the responsible parties are willing to act. And I want to share practical suggestions for how to preserve and advance the prospects for the just and lasting peace that both sides deserve. So it is vital that we have an honest, clear-eyed conversation about the uncomfortable truths and difficult choices, because the alternative that is fast becoming the reality on the ground is in nobody's interest. Not the Israelis, not the Palestinians, not the region, and not the United States.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth of sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. What you're just seeing right there is pretty much the Secretary of State John Kerry trying to plead, all right, with Israel and those that are for Israel to bring in a two-state solution to try to bring in peace. But according to the scriptures, that's not going to happen, because the children of Israel of the 12 tribes must be in that land. And you fake Jews and you Arabs are in our homeland, and that's why there'll never be peace there. All right. So let me get first to the basic scripture. All right. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, right? John Kerry's trying to bring in peace and safety by bringing in a two-state solution. Then sudden destruction come upon them, as shall fell upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. That's right. You're not going to escape this judgment that's coming, all right? Because the Most High, all right, has set up that the land of Israel, okay, the land of Jerusalem, whichever you want to call it, okay, is going to be a burdensome, is going to be a problem, all right, until the end, all right? And here's the scripture to prove that. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 12, verse 3. And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. That's right, all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. That's right, all right? Because you have not only all the Arabs that hate Israel, okay, the state, those Israelis, as they want to call them, okay, the fake gutter rat Jews, the imposters, all right? But that was going to be a burdensome stone, all right, all the way up to the end, just to fulfill prophecy, okay? And that's what you so-called white people, you Arabs, all right, you Hamites, you Moabites, you Russians, okay, so-called Russians, you don't get, all right, is that land of Israel, the land of Jerusalem, okay, is going to be a problem, and there's not going to be any peace until the true biblical Hebrew Israelites go into that land. All right. So now let's get into some back briefing on how this happened. How did these gutter rats ended up in our land? Okay, and then they wanted to now create a democracy, which that's not even in the Torah. So where did that come from? That's from the Greeks. So that's another reason cut to you stupid fake gutter rat Jews in that land. So let's start out with Albert Pike, because this is imperative to why that place over there in the land of Israel, or what they call now the state of Israel, is always going to have a problem. There's never going to be peace there, because it was already designed that way, one by the Most High, and then allow on the left-hand side, the elite, the Illuminati, to continue this war to try to fulfill their quote-unquote New World Order. All right? So this is from Conspiracy Archive, Albert Pike to Mazzini, August 15, 1871, 3 World Wars. All right? So it goes on, and let me just get to the point. It says, right here, the matter of hands deal with an alleged 3 World War prediction from famed Mason, Scottish Rite Sovereign Grand Commander Albert Pike. Okay, so, and also they have a statue of Albert Pike, I believe 13 blocks from the Capitol building, just to prove that this is all a deceitful plot, all right, to try to bring in their New World Order. That's why there'll never be peace in that land, if you want to think on a carnal side. But on a spiritual side, is the Most High allowing this until judgment comes at the end, which he will bring his 12 tribes of the elect to get into that land. But let me get to that point, into the land that's ours, that was given to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who's the progenitor of the 12 tribes. It goes on right here. This is the part I want to get to. It says, students of history will recognize that the political alliances of England on one hand side and Germany on the other, forged between 1871 and 1898 by Otto von Bismarck, co-conspirator of Albert Pike, were instrumental in bringing about the First World War. Okay, that was the First World War. Now here comes the Second World War. The Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences between fascists and political Zionists, fake Jews. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. Okay? Right, because it was called Palestine because who was living there at that time? All right, the Arabs. Okay, because prior to that, which empire was controlling that land? The Ottoman Empire. All right? That's history. During the Second World War, international communism must become strong enough in order to balance Christendom, which would be then restrained and held in check until the time when we would need it for final social cataclysm. Salaki, I need to close this. I feel my computer's running a little slow. So there you have it. So that's the Second World War. And in fact, I also have the Balfour Declaration, just to reemphasize that that was the agenda, to create a statehood, quote unquote, which was not ordained by the God of Israel, all right, or was not ordained by the Most High. It was ordained by the left-hand side, by these elitists, okay, the Illuminati, all right. That's why there'll never be peace there. This is from Balfour Declaration, text of the Declaration, all right, November 2nd, 1917. The British government decided to endorse the establishment of the Jewish home in Palestine. After discussions within the cabinet of consultations, Salakia, with Jewish leaders, the decision was made public in a letter from British Foreign Secretary Lord Arthur James Balfour to Lord Rothschild. The content of this letter became known as the Balfour Declaration. And this is it, in a nutshell. Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you, on behalf of His Majesty government, the following declaration of sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspiration, which have been submitted to and approved by the cabinet. His Majesty's government viewed with favor the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people, and will use their best endeavors to facilitate the achievement of this object. Their best endeavor, which is deceit, fraud, lies, war, mayhem, destruction. Okay, that's their best endeavor. It being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, which is a lie, Because obviously you can see today that that's all these Israelis been doing is giving it to these Arabs, these Ishmaelites who think that's their homeland, which is not. All right, it's none of your homeland. It's our homeland. It's the so-called Black, Spanish, and Native Americans' homelands who make up the 12 tribes of Israel. And political statues enjoyed by Jews in any other country. I should be grateful if you would bring this declaration to the knowledge of the Zionist Federation, yours, Arthur James Balfour. So it's the Zionist movement who's the Zionist movement? The fake gutter rats, okay, who are working the left-hand side, who is, okay, the Illuminati, as you want to call it, all right? There's tons of books on these clowns. In fact, I got the Talmud right here just to show you some of the wicked things that they believe in. Right here. This is from one of the Talmud. This is Zebeth Hamen 11 Bravo. Sexual intercourse with a little girl is permitted if she's 3 years of age. All right? There you have it. What's another one? This one right here. Book of Job. A Jew should, quote, a Jew should and must make a false oath when the Goyim asks if our book contain anything against them. All right? Now that's how you know that they're not the men of the Lord. All right? Because we here at Great Millstone, we're telling you heathens you're going into slavery. And we bring it out in scriptures. All right? We're telling you heathens that you're not, that land doesn't belong to you. All right? But that goes to show you that these are fake gutter rats, okay? You so-called Israelis, all right? You Israelis, you're not the real Hebrews of the Bible, all right? You're imposters. You come from Amalek, all right? The descendant of Esau. You are Edomites, all right? We're going to drill that in your fucking head when you go into slavery. So now we're going to go now to another scripture just to back up, all right, that land is not going to have peace until the children of Israel get into that land. So this is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. And the Water to Apostle Gabar with his video of the May 14th, 1948, Israel and what happened, because this is a perfect scripture, all right, to show you that when they created that statehood in May 14, 1948, it was based on lies and fraud, okay, and there will never be no peace. Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. You don't see nations flowing onto Israel. All right, you see nations wanting to go against Israel. You see Russia ticked off at Israel. Iran ticked off at Israel. Syria, all right? You have all these nations, all these Arab states ready to put missiles, bullets in these so-called Israelis. So obviously this scripture right here cuts that May 14, 1948. Okay, that's when the Most High declared the state of Israel. No, that's when Satan, okay, set up the biggest deception. And who's Satan? The Illuminati. All right, the Jesuit order, the Freemasons. All right, Albert Pike. Let's go back. Okay, let's go back. Albert Pike, a 30-degree Freemason. Salakia. Let's continue on. After the Second World War, communism was made strong enough to begin taking over weaker governments. In 1945, as the Potsdam Conference between Truman, Churchill, and Stalin, a large portion of Europe was simply handed over to Russia. And on the other side of the world, the aftermath of the war with Japan helped to sweep the tide of communism into China. Quote, the Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agentur of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. Notice when agentur means agents, okay, meaning you are just a proxy. That's how you know the Illuminati, they have certain ranks where they're even sending out those that are supposedly in the know to go out and fight these belief systems that they put onto them. Because only the top nonchalant, okay, the enchalat, Salakia, the top of the top know exactly what's going on. All right. So you got these stupid gutter rats and these stupid Arabs fighting each other over land that's not even theirs. The war must be conducted such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other. Now let me go back to John Kerry. Because John Kerry wants to put a two-state solution is the only way. So really, if you really want to get technical, what's the major problem on the planet? America. America is the one fueling this division, okay? It's really America that's really the one that's causing all this turmoil, man. If you understand the who is really pulling the strings, all right? That's why John Kerry's sitting there like, we're not voting the veto. We're not even getting involved at United Nations. And if you look into that, so it's very strategic how the Illuminati is really setting this up, man. All right, but hey, it's beautiful for the elect's sake because we know that these gutter rats, these Arabs, America's going down because what you idiots don't get, Salakia. Let me get back to this right here. What you idiots don't get is that this is all set up to destroy all these nations so that the Most High can send his son, Yahushua, who's a so-called black man, to take y'all to take over every last nation that's on the planet, man. Take it over, rule it, all right, and put his people in the rulership, all right. That's why let me get to that scripture, man. Salakia. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. That's right. The world's not rejoicing because the righteous are not in authority. That's why the Lord has to come back to bring his people, the elect, into the power seat. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Exactly, man. And that's what you're seeing right now. People are mourning because wicked people are ruling, which are these gutter rats, all right? The Illuminati, the Freemasons, the fake Israeli. That's why he calls himself Israeli. He can't even call himself an Israelite because he knows that cuts him. So let me get to this. Meanwhile, this is a good point, prestigious point, back to Albert Pike's letter to Mazzini. Meanwhile, the other nation, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, and spiritual and economical exhaustion. That's what you're seeing, man. That's why all these wars are brewing out throughout the Middle East and throughout the four corners of the earth, man, because these people are confused out of mind. And, hey, that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, because the people, that's why, let me get back to the scripture, because the people that are not in that, the people that are supposed to be in that land, Salakia, are not in that land, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. Zechariah 2:3. And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burdeneth themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. And that's what's going on, man. That's why there's confusion. There's wars all over the place, is because the rightful heirs, okay, the real royalty, real royal people are not in that land. Let me get back to Salakia. Where's that? Okay, so back to Isaiah 2:2. So there's another reason, all right? Isaiah 2:3. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob. Jacob is the progenitor of the 12 tribes, okay? So you stupid gutter rats in that land, where are the 11 other tribes at, all right? Where is Levi? Where is Issachar, Ephraim? Okay, Benjamin. In fact, hold up. I was going to put this up later. Where are the rest of the tribes, man? Where are the 11 tribes? Nowhere to be found. You know why? Because you're not the real people of the Bible, all right? You're imposters. That's why this scripture is for when the Lord comes back, okay? And he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law. The law. What law are you bringing out there out of the state of Israel? It ain't the Torah. You bringing out the Talmud. That's one of them. You bringing out democracy, Greek philosophy. Hell, you even bringing out Luciferianism. All right. So you damn sure ain't bringing out the Torah. So you can't be the people of the Bible. And we're gonna get into that. Let's get to one. Tel Aviv, the pink city. You have homosexuality in Tel Aviv. International Gay Lesbian Travel Association's whole annual synopsism in Israel. All right? International Gay and Lesbian. So that's one cut. All right? So let me cut that out. Baby dies. This is from ABC News. Baby dies of herpes in ritual circumcision by Orthodox Jews. Ritual circumcision. What in the hell? Where's that in the Torah that you got to use your mouth to rip off the foreskin of an infant. Where's that in the scriptures? All right, proves that you're not the chosen people of the Bible, man. That's why the land of Israel, the land of Jerusalem, is a burdensome to all you nation, and there will be never peace there because you people are imposters, man. This is not in the Torah. All right. So let's and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. That's a cut. That's a cut. You have John Kerry trying to bring peace, but there's not going to be any peace, all right? Because the children of Israel, the 12 tribes, are not in their right and are not in their homeland, and the Lord has not come back to bring them back into their homeland. So guess what? You're not the chosen people of the Bible, all right? So guess what? May 14th, 1948 was all in vain. All in vain, okay? So you people are going down. You fake gutter rats, you fake Jews, you're going to die in that land, man. The Lord's going to kill y'all, man, because you people are wicked as fuck. Here's another scripture. Luke 21 and 24. Slakia, let me go back up to the point. When the apostles are talking to Yahushua. Luke 21:7. And they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? All right, now let me get back to 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captives into all nations. That's talking about us, the 12 tribes of Israel, all these from Judah all the way down to Issachar. Okay, the so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, so-called Dominicans, Guatemalans, the Panamanians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, North American Indians, Seminole Indians, the Argentinians, the Chileans, Colombians, the Uruguays, Salaki, how you pronounce that, and so-called Mexicans, we were led into captivity. All right? So let's get back. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles. Oh, the Gentiles. Who are the Gentiles? Until the time the Gentiles be fulfilled. Who are the Gentiles? All right? These gutter rats. You're Gentiles. You're from another, you're a heathen. You're not the biblical Hebrew Israelites. You're heathens. The Arabs. Okay? Ethiopians that are in there. All right? All these heathens that are in that land, okay? They're now occupying the land of Israel and the land, okay, or the land of Jerusalem, whichever you want to call it. That's why Zechariah 12 and 3 is going to be a burdensome, all right? To the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And we're living in these times, and it's about to be fulfilled because the Lord is going to allow nuclear war to happen, and you gutter rats that are in Israel, you're going to die. You gutter rats that are in the land of Israel, which is the land of Jerusalem, the land of the 12 tribes of Israel, you're going to die, all right? Final scripture. Zechariah chapter 3 verse 9. For behold, the stone that I have laid before Joshua, upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. All right, that's a completion. That's really talking about the elect when they get back, and they get with the Lord of hosts, which is the Lord of armies, and they go tear you heathens up. I will engrave the graving thereof, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will remove the iniquity of that land in one day. The iniquity of that land in one day. So you can't be the people of the Bible. The Lord said when he comes back, he's going to remove the iniquity of that land in one day. You've been in that land, and there's nothing but wickedness, homosexuality, pedophilia, it's another wars. There's nothing but chaos in that land. And in that region, as John Kerry, this skull and bones, all right, serpent, has been saying, all right? So, in conclusion to all this, all right, the title of this video is going to be Salakia, the land of Israel, all right, or the land of Jerusalem, however I want to put it, is a burdensome to you heathens, all right? And that's the title, man. And that's really what is happening. There will be no peace. There will be no safety, all right? It's going to be destruction coming to that land because the children of Israel, all right, these children of Israel are not in their homeland, all right? They're not in their land, all right? We've been scattered like the scripture says throughout the four corners of the earth. So when the Lord returns, he's going to gather his elect, and then we're going to go back in that land, and then there's going to be righteousness. And then, well, let's go back to that beautiful scripture. All right, Salakia. Proverbs 29 and 2. Proverbs 29 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Then there's going to be peace. Then there's going to be rejoice. Okay? But until then, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Until the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child, okay, are placed back into their homeland by the Lord, okay, Yahweh Shai, there will never be peace in that land, all right, because they are the biblical Israelites. They are the 12 tribes of Israel, and they are the rightful heirs and the rightful rulers to that land. So with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostle of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Yakim out there pushing the truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And you already know our slogan, 1, 2, 3, death to America. Shalom.